ama-royalties, yini, yabo izinto ezikanjalo. So, ngifunde manje. Oh, contact royalty, contact iTunes, caller tune. Uthola imali caller tune, yabo. Khona izinto ezinye engiyibone manje seyimapha. The time ngithola ifame, ngangiyingane ngijabulela ukuthi ngiyajabulelwa, ngijabulela ukuthi ngene stage, ngijabulela ukuthi ngiya kama shows amakhulu engangiwafisa, yabo, so nganganaka ezinye izinto.
Because radio is my happy place, I never allow anything negative happening outside to creep in.
I remember coming from the village as a young girl, and what do I know about this industry? Nothing. What do I know about record label? Nothing. What do I know about contracts? Nothing.
Especially I'm indie labels, we understand, it's because of that education about the industry itself.
I'd love to see a South Africa where people, each of us, myself, you, Twitterati people, are not complaining.
If young people then wake up and say, I'm going to go to school, get an education, because I want to write a different narrative about my own destiny, my own future.
Post his passing, people will remember, like, I went independent. I started my own stuff.
To hell with white people's money.
Segregated us amongst ourselves. So you are not black enough.
I came back with my light.
We need to decide. At some point, you need to choose whether you are part of the generation of problem solvers or whether you're going to sit there and whine and wait for someone else to solve your problems.
We're all broken in one way or another, but your duty, as long as you've showed up, is to flip and deliver a show. So I'd never allow any of that to actually interfere with putting out a product.
From that, I took, why do you always put yourself second to everyone? I always put myself second, and it's to my detriment a lot of the time. And came back and was unapologetic.
We can still use our voices, you know what I mean, to shape the society, more than just like the music that we're putting out, like shape conversations and, have an opinion as far as politics are concerned.
You see what I mean? So that we can get to own some of our music, even ourselves. So that's what I'm saying. I've learned a lot. I know what I'm gonna do now.
And at that moment, I was like, it's either you're gonna do this or you're not. It's either you're gonna accept it or you're not. It's either you're gonna surrender to your purpose or not.
Have to take their word for it, and there are no hard feelings. You can never burn your bridges. You've got to always leave the door open. Otherwise, what would I be teaching young people? Women's Month is so bittersweet for me because we as women should be fighting for so much more. But here we are every year, we put on a doek and we're like, yes. Then what?
It just goes to show that, don't let other people's failures become your own. And that's what I always say, is that don't adopt Paul Tusi's failures.
The main thing that I take from it is that I need to separate friendship from business.
Go out there and chase it. I decided to go and write my own check as a 20-year-old. I've never been employed. I've been self-employed since I was 20. And I made a conscious decision when I won Miss South Africa that it was a 12-month reign. What was important, what I was going to do with my life and my journey going forward after the 12-month reign.
And I wouldn't change nothing about what happened because I learned, now I can stand as this young woman. Now I know the consequences of not knowing. So that's why even when I came out with everything about the record labels, about myself, is to say there are so many young girls that are inspired out there. They want to be like me. They must know the truth.
Your income is protected. And I've just done the same with my voice.
Obviously, I'm a woman, and people say, no, if you open your legs, I'll give you the opportunity. And I've always been a person of, if I'm really as good as people say I am, God will give me the break, and his timing will always be perfect. So I guess that's why it also took long, is because I didn't want to look back and not be proud of where I am, because I know how I got there.
Longevity in any game, in any business, is important, but you have to remain nimble and agile and be conscious of the times, the trends, what is happening.
The Drive show in particular won its first award 1 year after I joined the station. You look at all of the facts. You look at how much money was coming in during my tenure, and you must come to your own conclusion about the reasons why Metro decided not to renew my contract. With that said, people must understand this is the nature of the business. We cannot be hung up on the whys. This is not my mother's company.
If God has decided that I need to go through this furnace, so be it. Let me stick it out. And it hurt me. It hurt my brand because even as a result, like subsequently when I released music, it felt on non-receptive ears because I felt like people had just like cast this black cloud over me. And then it just made me look like, oh, KO fell off, right? And these, if you go back and listen to my music, I've never dropped a trash record, bro. But like, because the music was not received and I wasn't as visible as I used to be, it was easy for anyone that's sitting out there or for a casual fan to like, okay, forget that guy. He's irrelevant, right? And what you're seeing happening now, especially towards the end of last year, when everything is just like starting to come full circle, it's not because it was planned that way, but God planned it this way, that for me to become a better person, maybe as much as I might have not done bad things to other people, but I needed to undergo this situation for me to come out on the other side of it as a better person, as a better man, as a better businessman, and who can make smarter decisions. And I think what you are seeing unveiling now is exactly that.
Pearl, you gotta look at what it means from a universal point of view. Where's God taking me? What is he trying to do with me?
I mean, I think no dream is worth losing a part of who you are. You know, that's too much of a price to pay for me.
I would always say, like, Nana, yenzama moves, like, Uma wako's a hustler, because Linda and my mom were very close, you know? And he would always say, like, you don't need a label, you don't need, yes, you need assistance, but you don't need people who are telling you what to dream. You dream for yourself.
I used to think I need someone to tell me that.
Yeah.
Like, nobody has to tell me. I'm an incredible mom.
Thing. Nobody owes you anything in life.
uNkulunkulu mesanginikeza isikhathi sokuthi ukwazi ukuthi uphunyuke entweni kumele uphunyuke ngoba ngikhona abanye sihamba phezulu kwabo manje ababulawa amadodaba abanye badubula amadodaba uthothi wayithola i-second chance uNkulunkulu emnikile ukuthi suka ke kulowo muntu lo yabo but yena kasho ukuthi phela uthando enye into uthando ngingasho ukuthi abanye bathi lu strong angazi noma mhlambe ngazi ngachaza kanjani bathi uthando luyingozi ngoba uthando liyabulala uthando.